Today we're looking at Reddit/social skills. Let's get into it. When you have nothing to talk about or nothing to add to a conversation. All right, Yarin10121 says, somebody probably already posted something about this topic in the past, but anyway, I struggle maintaining a conversation. It happens when talking to people I barely know, to women, and sometimes even to my friends and family. It's like my mind goes off the moment the conversation grows silent and I have nothing else to say. As a student, when talking to my classmates, it always boils down to something about math or physics and that kind of stuff, never more than that. I also have this female friend, and we talk every single day, again, about tests and homework and the upcoming finals. But when it's a one-on-one conversation, my mind feels completely empty and I just can't think of anything else to say. Any advice? Okay. This is very common, right? To feel like the mind is going blank during a conversation. You will find evidence and situations like this littered throughout Hollywood movies and television shows these days. It's so common, and you shouldn't feel bad because it means you're probably a good person who cares about not wasting other people's times. Don't worry about the gunshots going off in the background, whatever they are. You probably care about not wasting people's time, and I bet that you are the kind of person, you're trying to please other people. You want them to like you. You want them to feel good. You don't want to overstep or do something awkward that would make things weird for you as well as for them. Typically, if you're caring about this kind of thing, that means you're an empathetic person, all right? So that's good. That's not a bad thing. You're going to have just a very simple challenge in front of you that I'm going to lay out shortly at the end of this video. Well, might as well talk about it now. Why bring it up otherwise? What you have to do, my friend, is you have got to start the transition from trying to impress people, where you're constantly micromanaging other people's thoughts or impressions of how you're coming across, who you are, and that sort of thing, where your social status is in the hierarchy, as opposed to trying to constantly micromanage those things, worrying all the time in your head, in minute detail, how you're coming across, what people think of you, how does this face look, how do I sound, am I looking cool, those types of things. Does this person like me? Does she think I'm handsome? Does she think I'm worthy of anything? All these little things, when we're thinking about someone else, we're focusing on the wrong thing. We're focusing with all the best intentions on how to impress the people in front of us. What can I focus on about myself that's going to make the person in front of me like me? That's what we focus on. And that's not listen, it's harming you, but it doesn't come from a bad place. I like to try to build in a little bit of the right mindset when I'm telling you this. I'm trying to allow you, by giving you permission to forgive yourself a little bit for these things, okay? It comes from a good place. It just got out of hand. Oftentimes they become habits, and then it's just who we tend to be most of the time. But you can easily come out of it, all right? I should say you can absolutely come out of it. It won't necessarily be easy, but it can be, and it can be a lot less hard than you're making it for yourself right now, okay? So what you have to focus on instead of trying to impress other people and what they're thinking of you is just focus on what you think of yourself. Now, it's going to take time until this idea takes root and you start to notice an actual difference, because you'll be sort of moving blind. You don't know yet what you don't know. But I promise you, this does not have to take as long as you might think it could or should or would, okay? The trick is, as opposed to focusing on other people, you're just focusing on yourself. So what do I think of me right now? How do I feel about my body language, about my voice, about my expression on my face? Do I feel frozen up and awkward? See how I just winced at that? That was fun. Do I feel frozen up and awkward and like I can't express much? Does my voice feel pinched? Or do I feel loose? Do I feel good? Is my face expressive and open? You know? What's the energy like in my body? Do I like this energy more, or do I like it when I sit like this more? What feels better? That's the kind of stuff that you want to start thinking about yourself. As opposed to focusing on impressing other people, focus on expressing yourself and feeling yourself. All right? This is something that I'm going to talk about over and over on this channel. You can't hear it enough times. So focus on the energy coming out of you and how that makes you feel. And start to judge yourself based on your own standards, not on the perceived standards of other people around you. Because again, oftentimes we don't know what other people's standards are. We're putting our standards through a filter of trying to pretend we could understand what someone else that we don't know might think of us. And then we get this skewed, fake impression that we believe is the real truth, but it's really just voices in your head. Okay? That's not going to help you to do it. So this whole thing started, right, about conversation. Your mind going blank is a product of you freezing up, feeling like you have to do something different than what you naturally would. You're feeling the pressure to be something that you aren't already. And you're trying to fit within a mold that you think will be accepted, which is totally fair and understandable, but harmful to you. Okay? And not going to have the desired effect of impressing others anyway. So, in conversation, what I want you to do is to start trying to admit and express more truth, as opposed to talking about what's normal or what's going on in physics or math. Talk about the real shit, the real stuff that you think about. It could be any one of a numerous, a variety of things. Could be even just saying what you told us in here. Honestly, you could tell that to people. It's going to maybe feel weird for you to do it. So that's, something to keep in mind. Yeah, it's going to feel weird the first time you start admitting deep truths about yourself that you've been trying to keep secret and hidden from everyone for so long. Okay? It will feel weird, but try to do that. And in the future, when you get more comfortable, this kind of thing, this kind of post that you made, this kind of honesty, that's going to really open people's doors. That's going to open people up to really connect with you, because that's vulnerable, that's true, it's real, and that's what people respond to. Okay? So I want to prescribe you some advice. Don't get too down on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Forgive yourself as often as you can and be like, it's all right. I'm figuring it out. Just allow yourself to feel okay about figuring it out now, okay? That's totally fine. And you should be trying to make it easier on yourself by talking to yourself nicely, sweet talking yourself if you can, Saying, it's all right, you're going to figure it out. Don't be hard on yourself. That'll only make it last longer, okay? Second of all, start expressing the real stuff you're thinking about. And if you don't care about a different topic, say that. Don't talk about it, and without saying, we're talking about this again. Try to really drop a little bit of that filter that you feel, and little baby steps, of course, but that is something that has helped me tremendously, and something you can use to actually work on it is video blogging. Funny enough, I was just talking to some friends in my accountability group. Shout out Jesse, Rudy, Tyler, Josh. What's up, fellas? They told me video blogging is one of your skills, Alex, and we started talking about it, and it's something I practiced from years and years ago. About a decade plus, I've been practicing video blogging. You don't have to do it like for YouTube. You can try it at home as a journal or wherever you happen to be. I used to do it in my car a lot. Doesn't matter. Anytime you can get out and you can practice expressing yourself on camera. And if you want to see a video I did about that, look up Master Your Emotional Expression Boss Life Blog. I think that's the title. It's me in like some orange glasses and a black shirt. All right, and hair at the time. So that apparently was very helpful to people. It's about like public speaking tips. That might be in the title as well. Check it out. I will be making some more videos about that exact thing that are updated from 5 years ago when I did that last one. So stay tuned and subscribe if you'd like to see that video when it comes out. Maybe I'll do that soon. Otherwise, check the earlier video on a different channel. Like I said, I will link that up in the card so that you can find it easier. And that's it, okay? I think those 3 things, just being a little bit easier on yourself about it, starting to open up your expression and be more honest and real and share the things that you feel that you might normally need to hide, and practice it on camera, which you can then watch back for feedback. That's it. If you enjoyed, hit the like. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike. Comment what you thought and hit the bell. And I'll speak to you later. Peace.